Jacob, it is ridiculous what we have to go through. Look at the two of us right now. It is midnight, Jacob. It is midnight on Friday. We're a day late. We're a whole day late, Jacob. And it's no thanks to
It's
those.
Saturday.
Well, yeah, you're right. It is Saturday now. So we're a whole day late. And no thanks to those no good hosts of ours. Like, let me just,
Tell me what happened last week.
yeah, what? Not even
Last
last week.
night. Last
Yesterday.
night.
So last night, if you tuned in last episode, you would know that Armand Williams was going to be our guest this week. Well, he was going to be our guest last week, but then things changed. And now he was going to be the episode this week. So last week, or this week, yesterday, you see, this was finals week. I was stressed, and I did not really feel like being the one to plan things with our guest like I usually do. So I made the horrible lapse in judgment to leave that task up to Ian Chandler. But, of course, if you know the guy, you should know that you should never trust Ian with anything. That was my bad. That was my complete fault. Because a multitude of things happened. One, the day of yesterday when we were going to record, or actually, it would have been Wednesday. That was when we were originally going to record. I text Ian, and I'm like, "Hey, Ian, did you talk with Armand?" Nope. So, yeah. And then yesterday, which is when we decided to record instead, Armand joins the call, and I'm gonna be real, he has no clue what to do. No plan, there is no plan, no idea what to talk about. And man, I'm gonna be real with you, it was not too good of a recording, Jacob. I don't think it was too much. For three
Yeah,
reasons.
I think the highlight was him laying on the floor. That was I like that sort of backdrop.
Armand was laying on the floor the
That
whole
was
time.
I'm
But
on about my 7th camera angle of the whole series. I think I might go for an 8th. Just straight on the floor.
oh, I really do need to specify that this is not beer. This is South City root beer. Any future
Root beer.
employers that are watching this, I am
Right.
not drinking alcohol. But, man, first it started with Ian, who just, man, no planning skills whatsoever. He's too busy talking to girls. Then there was Armand, who, I'm gonna be real, I'm not gonna say nothing, but he was very clearly texting somebody the entire time, and he was smiling at his phone while doing it. So I don't know who he was texting, but clearly he had priorities over the episode he was a part of. And then David was half asleep. I mean, come on. What was it? 10:30 at night? That's not even that late, David.
Sure.
Like he
Just to
looked tough.
clarify, I have no issue with any of these people. This is all his doing,
Me?
but I
No.
agree.
But
Okay,
then
we're
what ended up happening? We were halfway through the episode. We were only 30 minutes in, and Armand's internet goes out, and he just leaves. Sawyer, play the clip. Having the film degree helps with your credibility because it shows that you've done your research, and he's gone.
wow.
So yeah, after that happened,
That was a nice clip
that
right
was a
there.
nice clip. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we actually sat in silence here in this call the whole time while that clip played. Uh, but basically after that happened, we had no clue what to do. It was Thursday night. We needed the episode out. So we were like, okay, let's pick things up this morning. But I guess that just never happened. So here we are. The Sawyer and Jacob show.
Was that the plans?
I think that was the plan, but I guess
I don't
not.
think we made any plans.
I think we
I
did.
remember staying up till 2 in the morning playing Impossible Quiz with you, but I did not find any plans made until, like, 1:00.
Yeah.
1:00, you texted me.
Oh,
I was
well,
in the shower. I was
at
not
1
happy.
p.m.
It's my fault.
Or are you in the
I woke
shower?
up late because I was up till 2.
I still woke up at a decent time, buddy,
Yeah.
old pal.
Alright.
Listen.
You
This
know what?
now.
You know what? We're here.
We're here.
We're
This is
here.
the Sawyer Fields and Jacob Somers show. This is one last year after dark. Because here's the thing. After these recordings, here's a little insight into how these go. After the recordings, usually the guest who we have on, typically, they leave pretty quickly. We thank them. They leave. Yeah. Then David leaves not a second later. I mean, David is gone. He leaves so fast. And then Ian, he maybe stays for a few minutes or so, and then he's gone. And then it is Jacob and I every single time, and it's the two of us just
Hey,
having. And we have some insightful conversations, don't we, Jacob?
some insightful business conversations, trying to
Hmm.
plan new episodes. Yeah, that's sometimes Ian doesn't leave. You've left within minutes before, but
That's usually when like I
I
have
stay.
to.
I chatter with Ian a couple nights.
The
What?
only times I ever really do that is when like it's like it is a Thursday night we record, and I like need to just start editing immediately. But typically, I stay
Right.
for a bit. Um,
No, I'm life of the party. I stay here till everybody's gone, and then they when the last person leaves a call, I typically stay for about 4 more minutes, hoping they'll join back and not leave me in solitude. Because I genuinely get very sad when the call is empty. Uh,
like last night after Ian and David had both left, like you and I stayed in the call, like you said, and I think it was midnight. No, it wasn't even yet. It was like 11:30, and I was like, "All right, Jacob, I'm about to hop off. See ya." And you were like, "Wait." I don't remember what you said, but somehow it managed to keep me around until 1 in the morning, where we were doing like this or that quizzes. We were doing the impossible quiz. We were playing the world's easiest game together, and yeah, that was a time. That was a time.
right.
Man, it really does
That's
look like
pretty
I'm
good.
drinking alcohol, does it not?
Yeah, I thought it was real smooth when you first grabbed the root beer, showed off the root beer label, and then swapped it out for the real beer.
No, come on, Jacob. I'm not
For
doing that.
employers.
Guys, come on. It
Hey,
says South City root beer. I guess it's like inverted on here. Um
I'm gonna
root
out
beer.
you.
No, I am not drinking actual beer, Jacob. I would never do
Hey,
that.
Mr. Guest, I have a question for you. I've been wanting to pose this since the second episode. I think we might have talked about it in the first episode. How did you come to this idea of making a podcast? I've been wondering that since the conception of this show.
I mean,
What was
obviously
the aha moment?
obviously there was like the whole gimmick of like one episode a week, 52 weeks. I mean, every Friday. I mean, actually, we've been pretty inconsistent on that every Friday thing. Uh, episode 20 came out a day late.
Okay,
This one's coming out a day late. Episode 15 came
this
out
is
uh,
that
more
was a
than that.
while late. This is maybe the 4th episode out of 22. That's not bad. That's
Yeah,
not
sure.
terribly consistent.
We're gonna lock the freak in for the second quarter because now that finals are over, I got an A in all my classes except calculus. Um, which Jacob, you were going. I didn't even answer your question. I shouldn't move on to a different topic. You asked
What
why I had
what
to
is it
show us a
talking about?
podcast. I'm sorry. Um, why a podcast? That's a good question. There's a number of reasons. One, I think it is just like a fun way to just talk to different people. Um, I'm not trying to say that in a way that like, oh, I wish people would talk to me more, so I'm gonna do a podcast to get people to do it. No. Um, I think it's just like I mean, I feel like for a lot of the guests we've had on, um, who are like friends of ours, it's kind of fun just to like talk about and reminisce on like the past times we've had with one another. I do like doing that. Um, Also just learning. I think learning about stuff from different people. Like one episode I really liked from recently was Aiden's episode 19, like where he talked about like flight school and like all the stuff he's done with that. Like I thought that was like really interesting just to hear about from different people. Um,
It's cool because I literally know nothing about Aiden. I didn't even know he existed till he was on the podcast, so it's kind of a one-sided thing. Every time I see him in the hallways, I'm like, "You're the airplane guy," and I'm sure
yeah.
he appreciates that. I don't say that out loud, but, like, okay, one thing I wanna know is how did you decide us as hosts? Because when you were first there was first rumblings about you starting a podcast, like, late 3rd quarter last year, I honestly thought it was a full-on joke 'cause think Ian was talking to me. He was like Sawyer came up to me, he's like, "Bro, let's start a podcast." And I thought
It,
you was trying to get in on the hype, but that was a real thing. I didn't
but
know that
okay,
was
I'm
was
being
actually
real with you for a moment here. It totally started out as a joke. It 100% started out as a joke of me just going like, what would be fun if we like started a podcast. But like the more I said it, I was like, wait a minute, actually. it might not be that bad. It might be a little fun. Um, one thing I will say is that I want to do it more, just like I said, for the fun of it, because a few people have brought up the fact that, like, if we're talking like in terms of the people at our school that listen to it, it's like it's a small fraction. It's not a lot. Like, some people were being like, "Did you really expect people to listen to this?" And it's like, not really.
I mean,
I mean, a good chunk of people listen to it, I
it's
feel.
really only seniors is what
It
I
is.
notice.
Hmm.
That's all well, that's all we are. Who knows?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
just what it is for.
But
Um, but yeah, it totally started out as a joke, and then it sort of just evolved into this idea. And then in terms of picking hosts, um, I mean, I chose Ian because I don't really know. Like, it's not really a matter of like, oh yeah, I chose them. You were perfect for the role. It was kind of just like a who wants
mm,
to do this with me, and Ian was like the first one to be like, yeah, I want to do that, and then David as well.
I feel like Ian was really like I don't know, he had premonitions of his rise senior year. He's been on the
He has.
upward
Ian has
spiral.
been.
I'm hoping he's not going down.
Yeah,
Then
I hope. I mean, he's still unreliable, clearly, but I mean, he's got a good personality, dude. At like our Stuco canvassing that we had yesterday, assuming that today's still Friday, let's just pretend it is. Um, like, I've been seeing him talking with a lot of people. Like, he's very good at. I feel like he is very good at making friends with people. He is very good at just being charismatic, because I remember when I joined student council, like, I was very for like the first few like months, even like over the summer, I was like, I do not even want to talk to all these people. At our very first Stuco like event that Ian like our like um what is it, our old new ceremony, like the first Stuco event, when we were all like out in the commons, all us Stuco members, I was like, hey Ian, see that group of people over there, go introduce yourself. Like, I didn't expect him to, but he just did. He just went over there and joined their conversation like it was nothing. And I think he does that like better than like any of the three of us do.
yeah,
Shoot,
I think
now we have to say something nice about David.
we gotta say
He's
something nice about David. I think David as a host is honestly that's a pretty good pick just for name recognition. Like
yeah.
I don't I don't understand the why everybody knows who David Ball is. I think I don't even know.
I know
What were you gonna say?
We've mentioned it at some point on the podcast. We have talked about the fact that David is one of the few people at school where people just naturally call him by his full name. Like, when people say like are talking about him, they don't say, "Oh yeah, you know David." No, they go, "You know David Ball, right?" "Oh yeah, I know David Ball." "Yeah, David Ball this, David Ball." Like, people just say his full name. Same with like Will Brown. I think we that's another name we brought up,
Yeah.
but that could
I
also
don't know. I
just
think
because there's multiple Wills.
I don't understand the popularity behind David Ball. David Ball is like you name somebody, you name, hey, you know Sawyer Fields? Yeah, what do you know him for? Oh, he's the student council. He makes the videos.
Yeah,
What do you know Ian Chandler for? He is someone I didn't know freshman year or sophomore year or junior year, and then he's just started existing senior year. Oh, that's a
Ian
picture of
really
him.
just Ian.
He's oh, that's a picture of him sophomore year? No, that's not Ian Chandler. That's that weird kid from the hallways that I never
Yeah,
talked
Ian
to.
really just like popped
That's
into
what I know him
existence
for.
this year. Like, so he was like under the
Yeah.
radar all of high school until now.
And then David Ball is just David Ball.
I mean,
He's
he's
just I think he's just in a lot of activities. It's because he's in student council. He's in
banned.
uh man, he's in band.
I mean,
I
I
don't know, I
just
guess
feel like
student
from what
council.
I've heard, in terms of like band especially, I feel like he's probably like one of, if not the most liked people in all of band. Like, I don't think I know a single band kid who like, oh, I don't
He's the
like
main
David.
character.
Yeah, yeah, he's the main character of band. I mean, you saw him during the pep assembly. Like, the band kids went nuts for him whenever he was like out on like stage performing, and
Yeah.
so that's probably why.
But honestly, I'm not trying to make be like a self-centered thing. I know okay, actually, do you wanna talk about how who the other who the original 4th host was gonna be?
Yeah, okay. It was
We introduced
originally.
that.
I think we briefly mentioned it when he was on the original fourth host, but that wasn't Jacob. It was going to be Caden Lepley. who was, of course, our first guest in episode 4. Um, but Caden, honestly, he backed out of it. He was like, I don't really have the time nor the will to do this every week. And honestly, no offense to him, he was a great guest. I still think his episode was one of the best. I honestly think that was probably the right choice. Caden, I don't really know how to word it best, other than just saying that Caden has a lot of other things that he does that I think would be better uses of his time. Because
He's not
Caden,
a podcaster.
yeah, Caden is also kind of into video making, like I am. He does it quite a bit. Um, he's in mass media, or he just got done with it, and there's a lot of video making projects he had to do for that. And I was hearing all about those. I was watching some of those, and I was like, man, these are pretty cool. Um, So yeah, he's doing all that, and he's also got a girlfriend, which also is a benefit, which also takes up a lot more of his time. Uh, so yeah, then it was actually what 3 days before the trailer came out for the podcast that I messaged you and was like, "Hey, you want to be the fourth host?"
Yeah, I just wanna know, like, why me? I'm gonna be honest, all throughout the time that I've ever known you, I feel like I wasn't one of your, like, biggest friends. Uh,
Well, I was
obviously, I
also
knew no, hold on, hold on. I knew you in middle school, 6th grade, I maybe have one memory of you, and it's you just running into my English class, yelling at the teacher, and then running back out. That's all I remember of you 6th grade. I vaguely remember maybe talking to you in 7th grade one time,
mhm.
and then
I was
in
online in eighth grade, so you wouldn't have seen me.
8th grade, you were online. Okay, 6th and 7th grade, I think the one memory I have from you is, like, in the hallways, we'd quote that one "You on Kazoo" video. Like, we'd walk past each other and go, "Wait a minute, who are you?" Do you not remember this?
No,
We
I
would
mean
do this.
we
We would
both
do this,
both of us looked like
and
the
I
kid
don't
in middle school, so maybe
both of us looked like the kid in middle school.
both of us looked like
But
him.
then until, like, pre-calculus class, I feel like I haven't really been friends with you
That
at
was
all. Like, I
also
haven't
that was, like, your fault, though. Like, I remember the summer before sophomore year, I was like, I kinda wanna go bowling with some of my friends. And I got, like, Robert, Jerry, David, Baxter, right? I got a bunch of people to go bowling, and I messaged you. I was like, "Hey, do you wanna go bowling with us?" Immediately, like, 2 seconds later, "No."
I
Damn.
oh, that was sophomore that was
That was the
freshman summer. I was just on my phone being a real recluse
yeah, I
freshman
literally
summer.
no, like, you
I
literally I
I
watched
yeah.
you open the message and immediately, no hesitation, "No." Alright.
I
But
said no that bluntly.
yeah, it was just
I can
no,
believe
straight
that.
up. No, and also I chose you as the host because you expressed interest in it. Like you literally told me you wanted to be. In pre-calculus, when I was like talking about it, you were like,
Oh, yeah.
"I want to be a
You were
host," and I was like, "Ah, we already got 4." But yeah,
I think it was the I don't remember when you texted me, but I honestly forgot. I thought David was the one who, like, invited me or something, because I thought it was during the like, lockout drill or whatever at that one hospital where we had to walk away into last year.
yeah, I wasn't there for
That's
that.
when I really remember discussing it.
Hmm.
'Cause I mean, I was just talking to David because we were in physics together. We had to walk away, but I don't know. I think it's been working out well.
Yeah, because when Caden texted me and said, "Nah, I don't want to do it," I texted David and was like, "Caden doesn't want to do it," and then David was like, well, 3 hosts ain't too bad," and I was like, then I just followed up with, "Should I ask Jacob?" And David was like, "Yes, do it." And here we are. Here we are today. The Sawyer and Jacob show. Um,
Sawyer and Jacob show
whereabouts would
every
you
yeah.
say David, Ian, and Armand are at this current moment? David's probably sound asleep. Let's be real here.
David is probably not asleep playing video games,
No,
but
no, no,
if we
no,
asked
no.
him to be on the
He's not
episode,
playing
he would
video games.
say, "I want to go to sleep."
I mean, he's it doesn't say on our little screens that he is currently playing Counter Strike, which it usually does. So I'm gonna guess he's probably asleep. And then where are Ian and Armand tonight?
Like the football game they just lost,
Oh,
they're probably on a bus going home, and Ian, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that I hope he was not playing in the game, and I hope that if he was in the game, they would have won. I'm just seeing if David's on Instagram right now. I wanna know. Okay,
No,
David is probably sleeping.
yeah.
It is 12:30. I thought it was earlier.
No, no. And the reason we're doing it so late is because I just got off work, like literally like 5 minutes before this episode started. Um, because man, they have me working like a dog at Cinemark, man. They have me working so late. My schedule said 5 to 11. I didn't get off work till 11:50. Wow, that is crazy. People keep coming and seeing
Pretty
Venom.
crazy.
But yeah, I got pretty annoyed when I showed up to work and was like, "All right, when's the last theater we have to clean?" It's like at 10:30, right? Nope, 11:05. That is literally after I'm supposed to get off work. What is even that? What's that about, man? But yeah, so here we are, really late at night. Mm. I'm also eating yogurt because I was hungry.
What were you saying, like, 2 sentences before you asked me where David is, where his geographical location is right now?
I
'Cause
don't
I
remember.
was going to say something, but I forgot. I forgot what I was going to say.
I don't flipping remember, dude. I just talked about um how I texted David about asking you to be on the podcast. And then you were talking about
Exactly.
the drill that I wasn't present for because I was sick.
Right. It's good content. How's that yogurt tasting right now?
But are you
We're
serious right
digging
now?
deep. We're digging deep for this episode.
Oh my god, it is um
How's the gurt?
it is mixed berry, Greek yogurt, 20 grams of protein.
Is that a pepper on it?
What? Pepper, bro, that is a
It looks like a
strawberry, a
jalapeno.
blueberry, and a
Oh.
raspberry.
Well, it's like a waning crescent. It's got a shadow on it. It I swear
No.
it'll look like a chili in the recording.
All right. I don't believe you. But
Thanks for that.
man, all right. Dude, one thing that we talked about yesterday before Armand disappeared into thin air, we talked about capture the cans. Um, there was something I wanted to talk about when it came to that I didn't have time to mention. Do
That
you have
is
anything?
gonna be just disappearing. I think we could just go time-wise, step by step, like, from when we got there to the end, because we don't have that footage anymore, so we still gotta talk about the event, I think.
I mean, yeah. So capture the cans happened. I made a video for it. It was fun. We had a team. It was me, Jacob, Liam Peicher, Rowan Shock, Thomas Casey, and uh, uh, Chance
Thomas was there, and Chance
the
the
Napper.
Napper,
Did I? That's six. Did I count myself? Me, Jacob, him, Rowan, Thomas,
and
Landon. Landon where? How did I? Man, come on. Landon was there. Landon where? Landon with an E. I should preface. Um, dude, I said this yesterday. I just want to say it again. I felt like a homeless beggar trying to put a team together because teams could be 8 people large. We only had 7. I called over 40 people asking, "Will you be on our team?" And then everyone's like, "Nah, hell no, I'm not going to that event," which is lame. It was actually fun, but um,
does that officially put me as your most reliable friend? Recording a podcast at you at 12:40 at night, going to your Capture the Cans meeting, joining a podcast 3 days before it starts.
you
I
are.
think I'm your most reliable friend.
Because Ian, I'm not going to air out, all his personal info, right? But he was going to go to capture the cans with us, and I messaged him. I'm like, "Are you going?" And he's like, "Dude, I completely forgot I have this other less important thing planned that I could totally just cancel. But nah, I'm not going to capture the cans."
Sure.
Yeah, he totally could have just canceled those plans, right, Jacob?
Yes.
Yeah. See?
Okay. What happened at Capture the Cans?
We
We
didn't
get to
lose.
Capture the Cans.
All right, yeah, we
We
got there.
stand in line for 7 minutes.
No, that is
We
not
go inside. There's no line. I don't know, we're in the parking lot. How long was it?
I mean, we
I'm
were
just
just
getting
waiting.
through the timeline so we
We
can
were
get to
waiting
the
for our
interesting
teammates to
parts.
show up. We weren't waiting in line. It was not. There were 4 teams. There were four
Okay.
teams in total that were there.
Next thing that happens, I'm carrying a bag of 8 cans. It's $5 or 5 cans to get in. I ask Rowan Schalk, "Hey, I have 3 extra cans. That means we get to start with 3 extra cans, right?" He says, "I don't know." Flash forward to this morning, I watched the video that you made. He's the one who says, "If you bring extra cans, you get to use extra cans." So I don't know where he forgot that information along the
I don't
lines.
know. Maybe he's
Yeah,
not on the Capture the Cans committee on student council. He just showed up for the video, so maybe he just I don't know. I don't know, man.
sure.
But
Alright.
then all the teams got huddled up and they explained the rules to us. And I'm gonna be real, with all due respect, the rules were not explained as well as they could have been. Um, they explained the rules in a way where it was kind of like they kind of assumed that everyone there already knew how to
It's like,
play, which for the other three teams was totally true. For our team, though, not one of us had been to Capture the Cans before, so we were
I think the
lost.
way they explain the rules I would say the way they explain the rules is, like, you had to have been there last year to know the rules, and now they're just adding things that they had to add mid-game last year. Because it's like, no throwing cans. I think that was actually it.
Yeah, they pretty much
What else did
gathered
they
us
say?
together and were like, "All right, guys, just go to your bases. Don't throw cans. Whoever has the most cans wins. Good luck." And I'm just like, "Well, how do you play though? How do you win?" Because in the like all the videos and the ads for the event, it was they kept repeating the same lines of "It's capture the flag," but with cans. And when I hear that, I think that it means like, oh, so it literally is just capture the flag, but a can instead of a flag, or which is not how the game works whatsoever. Because the way it really works is that there are like four bases. Each team, well, for the four teams, each team has a box with their cans in them, and every person has like flags attached to them. When you take an enemy team's can out of their box, they have to basically grab your flag in order to basically tag you. And if they grab your flag, then you have to give their can back and go back to your base. But obviously the goal is to grab other teams' cans and run them back to your box before like they grab your flag. Is essentially how the game works. But they didn't really explain that. We had to figure that one out through brute force. But yeah, the first round went
Right.
off. First round went off. If you want to explain this,
No, you can explain. I don't know where you're going with this.
I'm just explaining that the first round started. Um, it went for 20 minutes. Running around, having a good old time. Um, and all I'll say is that at the end, we didn't get last. We didn't get last place. We got third place of four. That's a podium finish,
Right.
okay?
That's true. Yeah, the first round was 20 minutes. It was, I would say, maybe 2.5 minutes of genuine running, get these cans, get these flags, and then
Beast mode.
what would that would lead us with 17.5 minutes of tiredly walking to the other base saying, "You can't touch me. I don't have your can yet," waiting for them to turn their back or chase someone else, and then grabbing a can, like, hiding it up your shirt and just walking back,
There was a
uh,
point where and
real tired,
this
like,
really worked. I was like, if I just act like nonchalant enough, they might not even notice me. There was a point where I walked over to a team
you
space.
just do the GTA walk, they won't even know.
I like picked up a can out of their box and just like I didn't even run. I just walked all the way back to our base, and it worked.
You're just reading the nutrition information.
I'm just like,
Like,
what
"Dang,
let's see
you
what do we
guys
got.
don't want this. This is a lot of sodium. I'll take this off your hands right here."
Yeah. You guys don't want that can. No, sirree. But yeah,
Yeah,
game ended. We had 9 cans. The team of girls had 8 cans. We didn't lose.
right. I'm gonna be honest, if we could redo it again, not today because 'cause I'm tired, then I think I would have done a lot better. Because honestly, every time I grabbed a can and ran back, I think maybe twice I actually got my flag stolen. It was extremely easy to obtain cans.
I
My
agree.
my only issue was I was too impatient to go back to the box and set the can in the box, so I would try to throw it from 2 feet, and
hmm
I must have been a little tipsy on my feet or something because I could not hit this 2-foot shot into like a
You missed a lot.
it was yeah, it was like a 4 for what square foot basket I had to make it into, I missed at least solid 8 cans out of the 9 that we could have gotten in. So, I don't
Yeah,
know. I saw you at the you kept going to the furthest base. I think everybody else on our team, we went to the base left of us, which was half the distance, but you kept going to the very furthest base and staying, like,
I mean, they were winning, and
four and
they
a half
were the
minutes
team
behind.
that won, so that's kinda why I was like, "Oh,
You
they're
didn't seem to
winning."
be stopping that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't know.
man,
I grabbed 1 flag from another person. I
I feel
protected 1 can in
yeah,
leaving our clutches, which technically scored us the 3rd place finale.
I feel like at a certain point, it did, like you said, become a point of just people kinda just standing right over enemy boxes and just waiting for them to look away before grabbing one.
It wasn't even waiting for him to look away because I was going to the slow team, so I was just waiting until I had, enough inspiration to run back at a good 8 miles per hour.
Mhm.
It was real exhausting. I woke up this morning, just my whole body was sore, and I had to genuinely think about my schedule from the past 2 days. I was like, "I haven't worked out in 2 days. I haven't played, like, I haven't played, what, Ultimate Football with my friends in 2 days. What did I do? Oh, I ran around and I grabbed some cans, and now I'm fully sore. I feel like I'm in my 30s right now."
Dude, my legs are kinda beat right now because Capture the Cans happened, and then the day after, so yesterday, I had canvassing, which I had to haul around a big old heavy box of cans, all around the neighborhood, and then just now I got off of work, which is cleaning feeders, which just isn't going up and down the stairs over and over for 7 hours, so, yeah, pretty
It's
tiring, pretty
exhilarating.
Oh, yeah, and then yeah, so
You should
I'll wait to get on that, we're
Yeah.
still on Capture the Cans. Um, but then the second round happened, and, like, we combined teams. And thinking about it now, I'm pretty sure they put us with first place and then put second and fourth place together, which I don't. I mean, we still look. Then for okay,
Hey, no, no, no. 1st round, we got 3rd place. 2nd round, we got 2nd place.
yeah, it's
Let's
still podium
elaborate
finish.
no further.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
elaborate no further.
All right, yep, that's
The
it. That's
2nd round, there was 2 teams, and, yeah, we were put on a team with the better team,
Let's
and
not elaborate
this
any
weird
further.
coincidence
Elaborates.
this weird coincidence happened where there was, like, 7 people who were suddenly too hot. They had to take their hoodies off, and it just so happened they placed their hoodies upon about 16 cans each near our boxes. Um, so I don't know what that was about. Were you involved with that,
That
Sawyer?
was not. That was
Did you
all
have a
the
hoodie
team.
on?
That was all the team we were put with. Okay, the team we got paired up with. That was
The
all
team we
them.
were put with was just dude, should we talk about their color-coded outfits?
Their attire was
I mean, it
crazy.
was all black, but they were just wearing
All of them
they
were
were
wearing
wearing all
black.
black hoodies,
All of
all
them
black
were wearing
pants.
shiesties, all of
They
them.
wore gaiters.
Yeah,
Yeah, they wore
eh,
shiesty masks.
like, bro, they were locked in for this game. They had been training for months for Capture the Cans. I think they were all football
I
players
think they
though, so
had
that probably explains why they won. Um, yeah, yeah, they just happened
hoodies
to,
cans.
like when the second round started, our side just happened to discover like piles full of cans under all these hoodies. Like, how did these get here? I guess we'll take them. So yeah, that happened. And yeah, we got second place. We got second place, guys, which is a podium finish. It's a podium finish. What can I
We
say?
got 2nd place.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think that's about all that happened during the games.
Yeah, the one
And
thing
we
I will
called Ian
say,
after the game. I don't know if we wanna talk about that. That
nah,
was
nah, nah, nah. We just called in and messed with him for a little bit. That was funny. But
We called Ian, I doxed his address to our whole team, and then we left.
yeah, then there's one other. The only thing I'll say is that I do truly think it would have been more fun if it really was just capture the flag, but with cans, where there were like zones, right? And if you walk into an enemy zone and they tag you, then you have to like go into their jail or whatever. I
Yeah,
don't
that
know.
would've made it more fun to defend the box, because defending the box,
It's
like,
just
is
staring
really
at
just
them and waiting for them to pick up a can.
yeah, I don't yeah. There'd be no defending it.
I just personally prefer just traditional capture the flag rules. That's all I'll say. And I think advertising it as capture the flag but with cans alone is a little misleading. Um, Advice, I'd say next year have a printed out rules sheet because one other thing that happened at the start of the game, I was like, there's probably a rule in place of like how many cans you can take at a time. So I called Mateo over and I'm like, Mateo, how many cans can we take at a time? And like all respect to Mateo, but he totally made this up on the spot. He was like, one. One can. Yeah, one can. But he didn't go and tell any of the other teams that. So the game starts. All the other players are taking 2, 3 cans at a time, and I'm sounding like an idiot over here. Like, whoa, 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 guys! You can only take one can. Come on, guys! Didn't you know that was the rule? So yeah, next year maybe have like a
Right.
printed sheet of rules that you can just pass out. That makes it a little easier, I think. Because also like some of the people were just not listening when they were explaining the rules. They were chit chatting. We were dialed in. We were respectful. Well, sort of. I was.
Yeah.
I was listening intently.
Um, I was trying to get my wristbands on or get the glow
Close
sticks on
sticks.
my wrist. I could not hear any of the rules. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah,
What were you
man.
gonna talk about after the capture the flags? Cans?
Canvassing. I was just gonna mention, like, so canvassing is the whole thing where we walk neighborhood to neighborhood. I shouldn't say that, just house to house, asking for donations. In my group, it was like me, Delaney, Issa, and Stella. And like we split up into 2 teams. So it was Delaney and Stella, and then Issa and I. And then Finn was our driver, so he just stayed in the car. And usually, like the cycle of it goes is like, if you get like some donations in your box, you should just like immediately go and put them in the car, so that way you don't have to haul around the box with like actual cans inside of it. But the thing is that for whatever reason, Delaney and Stella were like, all right, let's like do Scooby Doo and split up. And they went down one road, and they told us to go down another road. And Finn just decided to follow Delaney and Stella instead of Issa and I. So like, there was a point where our box was, I had nowhere to drop the stuff off, so the box was just like filled to the absolute brim. And I was hollowing this heavy ass thing around, just, dude, it was bad. It was bad. But I mean, we got a lot. We got a lot last night. I think in terms of dollar amounts, we got like over $1,000, like between all the groups, and then like even more so worth of food. So
So what's protocol if you're walking through the neighborhoods and you come across a homeless beggar? Do you give them cans or do you ask them for cans?
how many homeless beggars do you think are in the suburban neighborhoods of Iowa, Jacob?
What's protocol?
I don't know.
I will sell my house right now
Oh
and hunt
my.
you down like a hawk. I want to know what your move is.
How about this? Go to the Riverbend Food Bank, Jacob, and ask for food.
That's what you're gonna tell them.
Pretty much. That's what I'm telling you, Jacob.
Okay.
Okay, here's what I will say. I think we're actually doing pretty good on the hunger drive so far. Like, have you seen the hallway outside of student services? There's definitely more boxes there already than there were last year. No? Am I wrong in saying that?
Are they empty?
No. All of them are full. Like the ones that are like on the sides, like you know what I'm
Is
talking
the
about?
middle of the is the middle of the most used walkway in the entire school the most efficient way to put them to put the boxes
Um
down, or is that just for advertisement?
I mean, the thing is that like bringing them in through that entrance by student services is the most efficient way to bring them inside. So, yeah.
South lot not be easier? That's a
No.
closer door.
Um
Why
Maybe.
not?
But where would we put them? Southside is like an even narrower sort of area.
There's a library door right now. Nobody goes to the library, just stack them
No.
in there.
Whoa. We got put.
I think it's because it's all a sham, it's for advertisement.
You think those boxes are empty?
I'm not
You are discrediting
I think there's
all
a
our
high
hard
chance.
work. All our hard work, Jacob. That you're saying those boxes are empty. I boxed those myself.
Okay.
Now, what I will say though is that there's a very annoying thing that we had to do. So there's a point. I don't know if you noticed this, but there's a point where on top of all the Hunger Drive boxes, there were a bunch of boxes that said like cinnamon toast crunch on them, and they were like a little smaller. Did you notice those?
I did notice those. I
Yeah.
did not
So
pay any thought to them.
a bunch of kids apparently had been stealing those, like because they just saw the word cinnamon toast crunch on them and that they were like smaller. So basically, they made us take all of those little boxes that we already had to bring in and put them all in the Hunger Drive boxes, one by one. Uh,
They were they were actual boxes of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
well, I mean, inside they were like boxes, and inside were like Cinnamon Toast Crunch brand items. Like there was a variety of things.
Oh, yeah, they had, like, the cereal bars.
Yeah, those were the main
Pe
things that they
People
had.
were just devious licking those, bro.
They were devious
Dang.
licking our Hunger
I
Drive
shoulda gotten
donation.
in on that. Maybe they were hungry.
Bro,
How can you gatekeep Hunger Drive?
I am gatekeeping food, Jacob, and you can't stop me.
Okay.
Now,
So
uh,
so it's homecoming season, Hunger Drive season. What's the season after that? The season of
Christmas.
giving? It's Christmas?
I don't know. We don't really
Hell
do much
yeah.
during the winter. It's sort of like a wait. The winter period for student council is like a waiting period for spring when we do like Valentine's Day stuff and like the spring fling and all that. Like we really don't
Oh,
do
that's
much.
the mm.
And seniors do
What's the
prom
rest of
during the spring.
is, uh is the last Hunger Drive event just the volleyball thing?
Yeah, the volleyball tournament next week is the last sort of event for the Hunger Drive that you can go to and participate in. But the Hunger Drive doesn't end until like November 9th, I think. So
Right.
stop by at your local Hy-Vee or Fairway if you want to donate to the Student Hunger Drive. I'm out of root beer, Jacob.
Okay. I think I remember what I was gonna say 40 minutes ago when we were on a revolutionarily different topic.
Whoa.
What was your inspiration for the One Last Year podcast? I know you showed us when you were making the first thumbnail, you showed us some other podcasts that I'd never heard of. But do you listen to podcasts or did you just think it was funny and it would be fun?
Um, Here's the thing. I don't really actually like the podcasts. I know that I used to listen to a lot, which I'll just say really like Chuckle Sandwich, Sleep Deprived, and the Group Chat podcast. Those are like the inspirations in terms of how the thumbnails look. I did listen to
That's
those a
fair.
lot, but I don't really listen to them much anymore because I need like I don't listen to these. I don't know if you do. I'm gonna preface. I have not listened to a single one of our episodes in whole since episode 3. Um,
Put
Mainly
them
because
on
I
like
don't.
high speed.
It's
I
mainly because
actually
I.
like our podcast.
Ooh, thanks, Jacob.
I like hearing
Um,
myself talk. I'm gonna
I mean,
watch this one.
I
It's
don't.
15%
I
in.
just don't really like listening to conversations I already had because it's like, well, I know what I'm gonna say next. No, there was a point. Like I listen to parts of them sometimes, and whenever I'm like making a joke, I like predicted the joke I'm about to make. I'm like, oh yeah, I know what I'm gonna say in response to this, and I do. I'm like, see. So that's kind of fun.
I do the same thing, but I'm just like, this is the part where I make Ian laugh. Because Ian laughs at every single one of my jokes, no matter how small it is.
You were
No matter
mentioning
if
that.
I'm even really joking.
You were
He goes
mentioning
he
how
goes he goes, "Oh."
he
That's his
does.
laugh
He does do
every
the
time.
same. He does the same motion every single time he laughs.
He
No,
has
he goes
one
like
emote.
no. He goes like this. He like leans forward and then goes back. He's like he does that. He does that, doesn't he? Ah, man, man, it's so great just not having those losers on the podcast with us, isn't it, Jacob?
Wait, isn't it like his birthday or something in a few
Ian's
days? When's Ian's birthday?
end of October. I don't know. Not today. I
It
don't
is
think.
the end of October.
I would have gotten a Snapchat notification.
I think it's the 29th.
Yeah, that sounds. Wait, let me check. Let me. Ooh,
I'm gonna hunt it down.
I opened Snapchat and had
I'm
like a skull
checking.
filter on. I'm checking faster.
It's in 3 days.
29th,
It's in
29th,
3 days.
October 29th.
It's on the 29th. I'm a
It's on
better
the
friend of
no,
his than
October
you.
29th. I saw it too. So what are we gonna get Ian for
Mm,
his birthday?
I thought we were gonna do birthdays, but then we skipped David's birthday.
Big hug.
I felt bad. So we can't do something for everybody's birthday. We could do something for your birthday because it's like at the end of the podcast.
That'll be like
I'll
in
I'll
10,
set
15
something up
minutes.
if I remember.
Okay.
Uh, maybe I won't. We'll see.
Oh,
We'll burn that bridge when we get there.
dude, 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 dude,
What?
dude. All right. What were your finals, Jacob? What'd you have?
I had public speaking, which just had it was like we had a NICU final on it was just essays we had to write an essay on how to write an essay that we would prevent to the class that we would present to the class. And it was like the same thing for our midterm. So I remember the first question for the midterm was write an essay on how to write a speech on how to snowboard. And the issue is I don't know how to snowboard, so I had to write like at least 150 words or something in 60-minute block on how to write about how to snowboard. And I got a 80. I got a 80 on it, so I'm pretty proud of that. But then I had second block off for the first day of finals, so that was kinda crazy. I got out at no I went to school at 8:10 in the morning, and then I left at 9:45 and just didn't go back, and it was fantastic. And that was Capture the Cans, I think. That was Wednesday?
Yeah, that was Wednesday.
So I had, like, a bigger gap in between going to school and going to a school-sponsored event than I would, like, going to sleep and then waking up. Huh. And then, 3rd block I had band, and we don't do anything for a final. Actually, we did. We did, like, some stupid quiz on what the name of the football field is, and they're never put in the grade book, but this year they were put in the grade book, and I missed points, and I'm kinda mad. And then I had CAD, and I got 100% in that class, which almost balances it out. Are you trying to fake freeze me? What are you doing?
Oh, did I? Dude. Anyways,
What were your finals?
my finals: AP Physics, AP Econ, Calculus One. My classes are not changing whatsoever for second quarter. Got an A in Econ, A in Physics, and a C hopefully in Calculus. I don't know if he's actually graded the thing yet. You were gonna be in our calculus class, Jacob, but you dropped it. Good
I did
choice.
drop it, and now I'm actually kinda mad that I have to do it in
You
college
got
now. But
FOMO.
I think I'll genuinely will get a better grade in college Calculus 1 than I would have in high school Calculus 1,
Yeah, that's reasonable.
especially with public speaking, because that just took all of my energy to present speeches about topics I don't care about. I
That's
made a
like,
commercial,
oh,
and I had 1 day to make it, so it's not up to your par. That's
not
why I
to
never told you
Spurfield's
about it.
production standards. Oh, you thought I was gonna be like, this is just terrible. Like Gordon Ramsay
No, I
judging.
was legitimately when he told us we were doing this at the beginning of the class, it's, like, second to last week of the class that we actually do it, but he told us at the beginning of the class. I was like, "I don't need no Sawyer Fields to make my commercial. I'm gonna make this better than anything he's ever created, and then I'm gonna gloat to him. I'm gonna be like, 'This is better than anything you could imagine making,' and then it was, like, a terrible commercial, so I just never told you about it,
You thought like
and I
you thought I was
apologize.
gonna be
I apologize for having that thought.
Like Gordon Ramsay in
Uh,
Kitchen Nightmares when he's like, "What is that? What the fuck is that?
"It's wrong!"
It's raw. The cuts are all off. They're all off. Your audio balancing is terrible." Dude, hold on. I asked ChatGPT just now to make us some would you rather questions, but these are basic and terrible. What happens if I tell
What did I
ChatGPT
tell you?
to make them raunchy?
It's not gonna do.
You're
It's either
right.
gonna come up with a red response or it's gonna be like, "Oh,
There it is.
I know a ChatGPT red response when I hear the
M-
prompt, but
Make them freaky. Now this has got to work,
it
please.
doesn't even know what that means. It hasn't been updated since, like,
Yeah,
2021.
it gave me like Halloween. Well, we're nearing Halloween. Hold on. Would you rather have to sleep in a haunted house for a week or spend a night in a graveyard? Haunted house. I don't want to sleep
What
outside.
what? Like a really haunted house or, like,
Like
haunted
that's.
house at someone's garage that they
That's a
put
good
scary mummies in?
question. Um,
It's a good question that I'm not willing to delve deeper into. I really don't care. Go on Instagram and find one of their freaky AIs and ask him a question.
hold
Have you
on.
not seen their AIs?
No. Listen to this one though,
They have
Jacob. Real
AIs in
quick.
their
Just give me a second. Give me a second. Would you rather find a hidden door in your house that leads to a creepy basement or one that leads to a mysterious forest? Would that second one not just be your front door? Like, oh my god, a door that leads outside my house. Come on now, ChatGPT. Oh,
No,
would
you
you
gotta you
rather?
gotta what?
Go ahead. Oh, would you rather communicate with a spirit for a day or spend one day as a ghost? One day as a ghost. I want to know what that feels like. Just for a day.
I
I'm chill with that.
Sure, I'll be a ghost.
All
You
right,
gotta
go
go
ahead.
on Instagram though. Go look at the Instagram ads. I just wanna see what the raw, unfiltered, initial, like, AIs they give you because I immediately got Freak Bob, and I was like, "Oh, ho, ho, funny,
How do I
stupid AI."
ask Meta
And then
AI?
I used it one time. I used it one time. I was like, "Hello," and then he said something stupid. Now he's all up in my messages because they DM you. The AI DMs you, and I don't know how to delete it.
I don't want to do that then. Why would I want an AI
Then find one
DMing?
that's not. Find find one that's not that.
I'm not doing this,
I don't
Jacob.
even know where they are.
I object to your request. Dude, I looked weird there.
You look just fine.
Dude,
I thought you would be
dude.
blue. I thought you were blue every time you were full screened on it.
I'm not full screen on you. You're over there, and I'm over here, and I just got blurry. What the heck?
That
Hello?
hurts my feelings. I've had you on full screen this whole call.
Well, I can't
I thought
have
we had
you on
something,
full
Sawyer.
screen. I need us both to be the same size
I'm
for the
putting Craig
recording.
on full screen. Screw you.
No, not
Not
Craig.
Craig.
No, no, not Craig. Why am I still blurry? Come on, guys. Oh, man.
Hey, you don't look blurry in the bottom of my screen. You look just fine.
Oh, thank you, Jacob.
Alright.
Dude, we're 50 minutes in, Jacob. Jacob Sommers and
Are you gonna filibuster or something?
what does that mean?
Make sure there's really good articulation on the audio there. Filibuster.
Buster. What does
You
that
took
mean?
AP Gov. You took AP Gov.
You act like I paid attention in that class.
I don't know, it's just like in courts where you just
Oh, wait,
it's
I
in
know
like
what the
the Supreme
filibuster.
it's in not the Supreme
Senate.
Court.
Senate. It's in the Senate.
Congress.
Senate. It's in the Senate. I remember what a filibuster is. Do not play with me. I am a genius. I passed that class with flying colors. A B.
Craig kinda looks like Kanye West.
Dude, no one even
Did
knows
you
who
do that
Craig
on
is.
purpose?
I don't control what
Okay.
Craig
We've
looks
talked
like.
enough about okay.
Dude, Craig is our little microphone man. He's standing in the back. He's holding up the
I'm your
microphone.
little microphone man. Don't take away my title.
You're not. I'm not. Hold
I
on.
put
Can you hold?
hard work into holding this microphone every episode. It's unnecessary. I have a stand.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you look
I think it's more
professional.
personable.
Exactly. I have a microphone.
Oh,
I
that
have a
was not
stand.
my intent.
It's like right here. Hey, everyone. All right, I'm putting that back
You
down.
got a metal arm.
I might have gotten loud doing that.
You didn't.
Oh boy, man. What's up? What's next? What's on the future agenda, Jacob, for life?
For the podcast or for life?
I don't know, just in general.
I have different classes second quarter. I'm really hyped for I mean, okay, my second half of my day, I still have band, I still have CAD. But the first half of my day, I don't have an off block anymore. And I have that financial literacy class. I'm gonna I'm gonna become rich knowing how to balance my bank account and knowing how to balance the money I already have and don't have. And
Right.
then I have chemistry. I have honors chemistry too, which I'm
Hmm.
real hyped for. I think I'm gonna lock in this winter. I'm gonna wake up at 5 in the morning.
Winter
I'm gonna
arc.
go to the gym.
Winter
I'm
arc.
going on my winter arc, and I'm gonna have you hold me accountable. Next podcast, you say, Jacob Summers, did you wake up at 5 in the morning today and go to the gym, and then go home, and then change, and then go to school and go? I think what I'm gonna do for at least one day this quarter, it's gonna be a monumental experience for me. I'm gonna stay the entire day. I'm not gonna leave for lunch. I'm not gonna leave for pride time,
Oh,
and
I
I'm just
already
gonna
do that.
experience a full, uncut day of school because I haven't done that since sophomore year, or since beginning of junior year.
Oh, I mean, are you
I think
like?
it's gonna be
Do you mean
genuinely hard
would you
to
still
do.
show up at 8:10, like no off block? Would you stay for
What?
your off block, or do you not have an off block second
I
quarter
don't
year?
have an off block next quarter is the
Uh,
thing, that's what I was saying.
I mean, you kind of. I don't know. Tuesdays, I sort of do. I've done it. I have done it. Because like Tuesdays, I have my Stuco meetings at 7:30, and Yes, there was a day I was there the whole day. It was homecoming week, the Tuesday of homecoming week, because Livy also has had an off block first block, and so after my Stuco meeting, which I had to be at school at 7:30, her and I practiced our homecoming pep assembly skit, the lightsaber fight, in the FA1 during all of first block, and then I went to class. So I was at school for an entire day this year.
How was it?
Terrible. I'm gonna
Was
be
it
real with you.
grueling?
It was
No,
like,
yeah, you were not happy
I,
homecoming
dude.
week.
I mean,
You're
I was
busy,
also like
dude.
sick, sleep deprived, making videos. So yeah, preparing for the pep assembly,
You're gonna remember it fondly. I'm sure
winning,
you will.
winning.
What episode is this? Episode
20.
41. I'm gonna remind you.
Oh
I'm gonna say,
Jesus.
you remember homecoming week? That was a beautiful time of your life, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I'm
those
gonna
are the
put it in
good
my
old
calendar right
days.
now.
This is episode
I'm gonna
22.
count.
The only other thing
22.
that I missed from yesterday's recording is that you guys opened the episode singing a cover of Taylor Swift's 22. Sawyer, play the clip.
I don't know
I don't
about
know
you.
about you,
but this is
it's
episode
episode 22.
22. Fucked it up. Try again.
Banger.
I don't
I
know
don't know
about
about
you.
you.
There we go. There it is. Beautiful, wasn't it?
Oh no.
I'm
Oh,
putting it
you have to bring
in.
that back.
I put it in, and there it was. It just happened. It just played.
Yeah. We were all out of time because it's over Discord. And I think it's like a few seconds delay.
Yeah.
I kind of thought Armand was gonna join in. I knew you wouldn't sing, but I thought we had more hype from him.
I could have done my high pitched voice, but Discord never picks it up. It never, like if I talk like, oh, kind of did for a second there. Um.
I heard it.
Oh man, what was I? What was I just saying? What was I just saying? Homecoming week. Uh.
Homecoming week, you didn't enjoy it?
No,
You were
no, no, no,
sick,
no,
you were
no, no,
sleep
no, no.
deprived.
I was talking about like the whole day at school. Not really anything there. No, that was the end of that
You're
thought. No,
practicing your skit. You
yeah, no, no. I'm saying in terms of like staying the whole day at school. There was a point. I don't remember who it
Oh,
was.
'cause you don't leave for lunch, do you? Because you got that weird ass lunch table.
I got the table with Thomas screaming the whole time.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
go home. I don't I don't yearn to experience that.
Come on, you don't want to experience like our table being
And
the loudest most. We have a mission, okay? Jacob, listen, listen, listen. We over the course of this first quarter, we watched the commons, like the amount of people that eat in the commons during B lunch diminish. Like it got smaller every day, and we think it was because of us.
I can guarantee it's not because of you, because I did the same thing last year, and it's just because people realize, "Oh, it's just the schmucks with no car who eat here." The beginning of their junior year, and no seniors eat in the commons, except for you people. And it's just the juniors who finally man up and ask their friends who have cars to take them to lunch,
Yeah,
or who were like, "I'd rather eat a graham cracker at home than eat a 5-course meal in this commons room."
dude. But I remember the other day, just a few days ago, I don't remember who it was, but a senior was talking about like this exact conversation. He was like, "Yo, I've had to be here since 8:10, dude. I don't know how freshman me used to do this." So
That's what I'm saying. Do you stay for Pride?
I do, yeah. Because I usually
Why do you go?
most days I usually have like a student council thing up. Uh, like especially since lately during Hunger Drive, almost every day for the past few weeks, one of the three advisors has been like, "Hey, can someone come to my pride and help me like bring boxes inside from outside, or help box stuff, or help get this thing from the attic?" And I have responded to like every single one of those, like, "Yep, I'll do it." Because like I mean I don't really know where
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. It's like what am I gonna do? Go home and just sit there for 20 minutes and then come back? Like I don't know.
No, sometimes I go home and other times I just sit in my car and put both my feet up on the dashboard and wait for the weird looks from passerbys just to roll in. I've gotten
Um
so many glares for doing that.
yeah. I feel like if I had like a longer period, like let's say I had sea lunch, if I had sea lunch I would leave, because then I have sea lunch and Pride back to back. That's a longer period of time. I would leave then. But since I do not, um I stay. That's the and obviously I'll do the
I'm gonna
same this
make you
quarter.
become further introvert. You gotta try it one time, and then you'll be like, "This is actually a nice amount of time I have."
Nope. I don't think so. I like being at
Okay.
school with my friends.
Do you have off blocks all quarters?
Yeah.
Or
So,
just
um, this quarter I have first block off first quarter and second quarter. Then third quarter, I don't have an off block, but I have an internship fourth block, which is basically an off block. And then fourth quarter, I actually have two technically because I have the internship fourth quarter and an off block first. I have the internship fourth block and an off block first block. Meaning that fourth quarter, I literally only have second and third block.
technically, you meant to use the word basically, but you said technically,
I
and
didn't take grammar
it made
writing.
my mind wander. I could not pay attention. Me neither.
Made your mind
I took
wander.
grammar speaking.
I took I took business principles, and I know
Mm.
how the company McDonald's came to be because we watched The Founder.
Oh, I think I have to have a class in business hall. I think that's where that financial literacy thing is.
I'm assuming it
It's like
is.
B2 something.
Yeah, B
I
is.
think I've expressed my hate for a business hall on this before,
Yeah,
you know.
you definitely have. It was episode 13. It would have been because we talked about hallways. But what was it?
I don't know. I was just like, it makes me feel sad. It just ruins my day.
It is. It's got like a
I
different
haven't had a
aura
class in
than
business hall.
like it's got a
Yeah,
different aura than
it.
the rest of the school.
I guess. Okay, I thought I haven't had a class there since strategies for academic success, but I had health in that class in that area,
Hmm.
and that was just. I don't know. It
I'm.
feels like separate from the rest of my high school experience.
I feel like I could be wrong on this. I'm pretty sure that the business hall and just that whole side of the school is an extension. Like it's younger than the rest of the school. You know what I mean?
Definitely is. Yeah.
Because I mean they just did
Um.
renovations in the locker bay this year, so there's a classroom where B bay used to be.
Oh, you know the stairwell that I think it's on the business hall. I think it's on the business hall side that
Yeah.
has like the really smooth, um, sort of like it kind of looks like a slide
Yeah,
next to the
I know what
stairwell,
you're
like
talking
next to
about.
the
It's
handrail.
like on the bridge it takes you up to.
Have you ever? How tempted are you to slide down it?
Not at all, because you know how nasty that thing's gotta be?
I'll tell you, it's not a good experience.
Dude.
For
Yeah,
once,
because
for one, you have
it
the
flattens out at the bottom, does it not?
you just have the it. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. You have the terror of seeing the. It's probably like a 9 foot drop, which isn't that much, but it's on the stairs on your right, and then it's not as smooth as it seems. It's not like gritty or anything. It's not tacky, but it's just like it's kind of wavy, which kind of catches you. I was also wearing a backpack when I slid down it. And then yeah, I did not calculate the fact that it flattens out on the bottom and it's made of concrete. So that didn't feel fantastic walking back to uh my class.
Yeah, and I
But
doubt
I'm
it.
gonna do it again without a backpack and hope that it works out better. I thought
Hmm.
that was a common thing to be tempted. Everybody I've asked, they're like, "Oh yeah, I've wanted to slide down that," but I don't know. It's not hard to prevent yourself from falling to the right. I
Mhm.
wish I still had Craig in full screen. I'm putting him back.
What? Are you tired of the faces I'm making? Is that what it is?
Yes, I want to put me on full screen.
Oh,
Never mind.
why?
Okay. I don't know. It just bothers me to look at myself talking to myself.
Yeah, no, you're beautiful though. What? Ayo. Oh my God, it's
Said,
1:20 in the
okay, that
morning,
was not my
Jacob.
issue. I said talking to myself.
It's
Okay, it
1:20 in
was
the morning.
1:30 last night.
I gotta turn my lights off.
Okay,
No way. Should I stay like this?
that's your two. I have to turn too many things off.
Oh,
Too
okay,
many lights on.
I'll turn it back. Don't even worry about it. Oh
Okay,
boy. Oh boy.
I was not worried.
Man, Jacob, this has been such a good episode so far. Dude.
It's not bad. It's
Man,
not bad.
you wanna keep going? You wanna
Um,
keep going or you wanna go sleepy? You wanna go to
yeah, I
bed?
want to keep going. I was gonna talk about podcasts again. I forgot what I was gonna say. If you got anything to say, this is
Oh.
your time because I gotta remember what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, I mentioned the fact that I don't really listen to podcasts much anymore. I didn't finish this thought. That's because I usually need something to do while listening. Like for a long time, I was big into playing Stardew Valley, which is like a farming game, and I would always I literally got to a point where I could only play that game while listening to a podcast, or else I would get bored, and that's what I would do.
You have AirPods?
Uh, yeah,
Do you bring them to school? I don't
yeah,
know.
but
I know
I'd
like
rather listen to
50% of my
me.
friends do, and 50% of my friends are not addicted to music.
I prefer. I mean, usually I don't listen to anything while at school, but like if I'm listening to something, it's usually music. Because I like if I'm taking a test, I like listening to music, but I don't want to listen to a podcast while taking a test because that's like distracting. That's like my mind on two different things. Like, how can I focus on a podcast when
No,
I'm?
I listened to the Interstellar um soundtrack for the pre-calc tests,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll tell you, it made me feel like I was smart, but it did not have an effect on my test score. And I even
No.
did the thing. I took psychology class. She was like, "Okay, if you listen to certain playlist while you study, and then you listen to that same playlist while you take the test, you are more likely to remember the stuff you studied." It didn't, and I may be pressing charges in the
Bro.
future. I don't know. Um,
Yeah, your study strategy didn't work. I'm gonna sue you.
but are you hyped? Are you hyped for Spotify Wrapped? Because I think
I
mine's gonna be good this year.
I
It's
am
gonna be
hyped.
fantastic.
I think mine's gonna be exactly the same as it was last year.
That's the exact opposite of what I was thinking. Because mine is every single month. I don't know if it was on the month, but I've had a different music taste. Like
I mean,
I've
yeah.
gone between genres, between artists. Dude, in June, I was deep into bossa nova, bro. I
What the?
went far, bro. It was insane, bro. It's so good.
I mean, I've gotten a lot of new like
That's gonna be a strange month.
in terms of
What?
my playlist. Like, I've had a lot of new songs be like join the roster this year. But dude, there are a lot of songs in my playlist that have withstood the test of time. Like I checked, I still have like several dozen songs from 2021 and 2022 that have just withstood,
Dude,
and that's when I got
I
Spotify.
accidentally deleted my main playlist because I was gonna try to make it the same as my liked songs playlist.
Hmm.
Because I was like trying to move my liked songs playlist to be my main playlist, but then I just deleted my main playlist, and then I realized that you can't click like the add playlist to playlist button on your liked songs. So now I had to add like all the playlists that are like specific genres, and it's like a fifth of my music is in my full playlist, and it bothers me.
Mm, mm,
Not that much. So now I kind of have to listen to my like songs or just Spotify DJ. I
yeah,
like Spotify DJ.
I feel
I don't
like
know how to
mine.
turn on the Spanish one though. I don't know
Mm.
if it only gives you Spanish music, but I wouldn't be opposed to. I listen to Spanish music sometimes. I took French. I don't know any Spanish, but
I mean, that's okay. You can listen to music and not know what the words actually mean,
I got a lot of I think I have a full Italian playlist too.
dude. Like when you're in an
'Cause
Italian mood.
that's where bossa nova is. That's where it's from, I think.
Hmm.
You ask Send in your questions about bossa nova jazz in the comments, and I will respond to them next episode.
Dude, I'm like
Where's my
freaking out.
Italian
I'm
playlist?
freaking out right now. I feel like I'm about to go David mode. I'm like getting sleepy, Jacob.
About what? Yeah. I just woke up.
Oh,
Um,
what you looking at? What you looking at over there?
I'm looking at all my playlists.
Uh, I only have one.
They're
I just
mediocre.
have my main playlist. That's like just
Mm.
the playlist I listen to, and it has a picture of my face. See that? My playlist.
Yeah, mine's just my Instagram profile picture, but I need to find a funnier picture of my face.
Yeah, I've been big into listening to Brazilian funk rap. Uh, no, I'm kidding. No.
Dude, dude, my early months on 2023 were all funk, and I do sometimes my Spotify DJ, he'll be like, We're gonna kick it back to 2022, and I immediately skip it and curse out my Spotify DJ for
Dude,
doing
okay.
that 'cause I
I,
don't wanna
I'm
go back.
I'm so
Those are the only
sorry.
songs I've deleted from my like songs.
I'm so sorry for just nodding my head and acting like I know what you're talking about. What is a Spotify DJ?
You have premium, right?
Yeah, what is that? Like, what does it do?
It's just an AI dude who picks songs for you. It's like he'll pick he'll be like, "Okay, we're gonna listen to some modern stuff that I think you'll like," and he'll just base it off your songs, and it'll be like 5 modern songs that are kinda like what you like, and then he'll chime in again, or he'll also kinda, like, mix the songs a little bit. He'll he doesn't really, like, he's not a full DJ, he doesn't, like, change the tempo, but he kinda mixes maybe he'll cut a song off, like, a minute off, and then he'll fade it into the next one. It actually sounds really good, and then after, like, 5 songs, he'll chime in, he'll be like, "We're gonna kick it back to 4 months ago when you had shit music taste," and then he'll play 4 songs from your prior, uh, music catalog, and then he'll do the same thing, and then there's a button you could either, like, skip a song, or there's a button where you can be like, "Yo, what is this?" And, you can, like, skip to the next genre or whatever.
Here's a song that
Look
you
it up on Spotify. It's
asked 5 times I've
very
played
helpful.
it. Don't skip it this time,
Yeah.
please.
No, there's some funny things about that, but yeah. And then some like, he is an AI, so he just will say random things when you turn him on for the first thing in the morning, so he's like one time I don't even know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I gotta look up the Wikipedia article on him to know what I'm talking about. Well, look it up, dude. You seriously don't know about that? You know about the AI playlist? You were talking about your Riz playlist
My
when I
Riz
drove you
playlist.
to Red Robin's.
One time I was looking through,
I think it's those playlists he takes them from,
one time I was
but I
looking
love
at,
those
like, a bunch
AI
of
playlists.
my, like, Spotify, like, made playlist that it does. I found one called the, like, Intimacy Mix, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder what's in my Intimacy Mix." Top song, Angry Birds theme.
Yeah, 'cause it's just songs that are like I don't know. Yeah, I look up those are the only playlists that I actually find. I don't listen to playlists that p other people make.
Dude, I just
I
looked it
just
up.
listen to the AI playlists.
I found Intimate Play Mix again. I don't see the Angry Birds theme, but the second song on here is the Home Depot theme.
Dude, the
Why is
Home Depot theme is good. I love the Home Depot theme.
why
I
is
have
that
the
on here?
hedonism mix. It's kinda mediocre.
Oh, Freaky Mix. What's in here?
But those are my go-to. Those are how I discover new music.
I don't know
My
what these are.
AI playlists.
Sensual
The
Mix.
freaky I was listening to the freaky mix for a while because I don't think Spotify even knows what that word means. So it just
Okay,
defaults to good
none of these
music.
songs are like funny, so I don't have anything to say.
One thing I'm disappointed they had the Giat mix.
Don't cut your own
Okay.
thought off that with that. What?
What?
What were you saying? You had a thought, and then you saw the word "gyat" on your phone, so you got distracted.
Well, I was gonna say I'm disappointed in their holiday mixes. If you search Halloween mix and click on it, since they just base it off of the music that you already listened to, it's not Halloween songs.
It's just like spooky
So,
songs, like freaky songs.
but have you seen the play have the like the people who make playlists with like the naming convention and they make the thumbnail like look the same as those and it's just some wild name?
No, like,
Okay,
am
can
I
I show
supposed?
one on screen? Because I don't want to say it, but
Okay.
I feel like it's really bad. I'll show you. Okay, maybe I'll show you it after. It's not that bad. Can I show it?
Sure.
This is
Do
not
it.
an official Spotify mix, but it's made to look like one.
I don't know what that said, dude. Come
Good,
on.
good.
I
What?
can't show that. I can't show that.
And you're gonna have to cut it out.
I'm gonna have to blur
I'd
your
rather you
screen.
censor it than censor it.
I
Yeah.
can't say
Okay.
that, dude. You can't show that on screen. Come on now.
Okay, another one someone made is the Gooning mix. Pretend that's what I showed.
All right. Yeah. Now what? Now what do you talk about, Jacob? Jacob, what do we talk about? Or do
Oh, I
we
forgot to talk
end the
about my
episode?
podcast thing that I wasn't. No, I need to remember my thing about podcasts that I was gonna talk about.
How long do we have to stall for until you remember?
I need you to filibuster right now.
What
I
is
need
it?
it.
Okay. Your Honor?
What does it
Wait,
mean?
no, no, not
What
not
is a
your.
filibuster?
No, 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 no. I'm like, hold on, hold the front door. I don't.
Didn't you
I think,
take AP Gov?
dude, we're not doing this right now. No, no. See, here's the I cast filibuster. Boom, and everyone's like, oh shoot. I'm like, all right, listen here. Here's what I'm about to say. Uh, and I say, and then I give them my speech. And I'm like, all right, let's vote again. But then they still don't vote on my side. So I'm like, I cast filibuster. Boom. Listen to me again. Listen to me again. I'm not finished. Am I on the right track here?
Oh, I was just listening to you. I low-key forgot about thinking about what I was trying to think about. We might be able to end it. I don't know.
Dude, no, you remember what you were
Um,
thinking about right now.
it's something I was thinking about 50 minutes ago.
Dude, come on, man. Come on. It's 1:30 in the morning. Come on, you can remember.
I can't.
Good.
There's just a collage of pictures of my cat going on my TV screen right now. It's like the
Okay.
YouTube video that I put on timed out. I put on Halloween Purple Fireplace 4K ultra high definition video to get some nice purple light on my face, and then it turned off. And
Mm.
now it's a Popeyes ad. Dude, I've had some weird stuff on the TV behind the camera to get some light on my face. I few weeks ago, what I would put on this video called um I would put on Weather Channel. um
Mhm.
what was it? What was it? I gotta find the video or something. It was like Weather Channel Retro Wave or something.
Mhm.
I need to know what it was because it wasn't that, but it was something funny. I don't know. Before that, I would just put on 80s commercials. So that's why if you go like a few weeks back, it looks like I'm just watching late night TV. And what I'm really watching is commercials for the Cosby Show. Then I get distracted. I'm like, whoa, isn't that guy not good or something?
Yeah, he's not a very nice guy. He's a pretty bad guy.
Weather Channel, what? It was not related to my weather stories that I like to hear about. I haven't heard about any of those lately,
Mhm. Mhm.
but
Mhm.
it was some nice stuff. Weather, yeah, it was just Weather Channel Vaporwave.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, it was just Weather Channel Vaporwave, and I'm pretty sure if I turned the sound on, it had music over it, but I turned it off. Yeah, it's just the Weather Channel, but they put soft music over it.
Interesting.
It's
Yes.
very
Did you
interesting. Look
remember
it
your
up.
podcast thing?
Look into that. No, that's why I said we could end it.
Okay. Then I'm
Don't
gonna
worry, I
end it.
won't remember it for next week.
Now,
Are we gonna try to get Armand on still, or
that's
is
a
he a lost
very
cause?
that's a very, very good question, Jacob.
I think the best plan of action would just be to get him to go to Ian's house and record with him, like Rowan did with Mateo,
That's a good
because
idea.
that at least ensures.
That's a topic for
All
another
right,
day, Jacob. Thank you all for listening to One Last Year After Dark, the Sawyer Fields and Jacob Summers show, or whatever the name of this thing is. I don't know. I'll figure it
I feel
out.
like we switched off nightly. You were talking nicely, like you were talking predominantly in the first half of the episode, and I hit my stride, and now we're here. Goodbye.
Goodbye,
The episode there,
everyone.
please.